We're going to get started. Thank, thanks for bearing with us. We just had some technical things to work out, so everyone could join us at home.
Yeah, definitely. We want to give people time to find their seats. And if you need a seat and you don't have one, there's some overflow up front here. So feel free to come on down. And welcome, everybody. Woohoo!
So first of all, you're here. It's so nice to see so many faces in a room. And for those of us joining us online, welcome. We, after the last few years, we've certainly learned that community is not defined by physical space or geographic boundaries. Those of you joining us online, you are here with us. Thank you for joining us. And let's all just take a collective deep breath. You made it. You got here. So, okay. All right. Hi. So I'm Jordan Bowen. I'm an MSW student here. So this is truly a student-led graduation ceremony. I'm so thrilled to be here with you and the amazing Dr. Erica Fonseca. So today will be your MCs, your hosts, your flight attendants, whatever you want to call us. We'll help you get through today's ceremony in comfort and style.
Yeah, for sure. We'll do that. Hey, everybody. Good afternoon and welcome. I'm so honored to be back at student-led graduation with all of these beautiful people. I know so many of you so well. My name is Dr. Erica Fonseca, and thank you. Thank you. And I'm really truly honored to be sharing this momentum occasion with you all. I've had the privilege of teaching most of the people I'm looking at right now, and I can attest truly to the brilliance, to the passion, and the revolutionary spirit of the people you are about to witness graduating. And it is my honor, and hopefully all of y'all's honor, to watch these amazing people get celebrated today. So welcome again.
Okay, and before we get started, we do have like some house announcements. So, yay! There are bathrooms, most importantly, to your left. Please note these bathrooms do not have changing tables, but we've set aside a small, quiet space. It's actually a conference room, I think. Through those same doors, it's got a table. If you haven't been to the photo booth, please check out the photo booth. We have one. We have accessibility attendants. They have rainbow lanyards. So those of you with rainbow lanyards are accessibility attendants. Please stand if you're able and wave to us so we know where you are. Very good. Thank you. This one's for you.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, graduates, if you're graduating, please sit, and I see that most of you have, but please sit in the first few rows. You're more than welcome to go to the back rows and sit with your people if you want, but otherwise, you're all basically where you should be, so perfect.
And if you'd like a mask, you can find one at the Spanish interpretation desk when you get in. I told you we'd be like flight attendants here. We're pointing you to the exits. And please, we're here to have fun, to feel good. If you need to get up, if you need to stretch, if you need to check out the quiet room, please do so.
And we're also incredibly grateful to have interpretation services or an interpreter with us today. Victor, if you want to come on down for a second. And if people need help with their translation headset, please see the fine folks at the translation desk.
I'm not a flight attendant, but I'm an interpreter. So in case you would like to practice your Spanish or you need help understanding better in Spanish, we have devices on your left side and we can make them available to you. Para que yo no soy un azafata, así que estoy aquí como intérprete, pero si usted necesita ayuda, ya sea si quiere entender mejor en español o quiere practicar el español, tenemos dispositivos aquí en la mano izquierda, entonces podemos hacerlos disponibles. Y si está teniendo alguna dificultad, por favor, levante la mano y le podemos ayudar. Gracias. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you. So we're going to get started by having our 4 speakers come to the front and sit in the speaker place. That would be Maya, Pao, Ksenia, Katya.
Perfect.
And after we hear from today's speakers, we're going to call our graduates up by their practice class. The graduates will speak their names, their own names, into the microphone and walk across the stage. And then our faculty member, Katya, will hood graduates, or they'll be hooded by someone special that they've chosen, that you've chosen, if you like. And then you'll return to your seats.
Sweet. All right. Now it is my honor actually to welcome Maya Alt for our welcome statement. Maya is a baker, a Love Island fanatic, a painter. Maya's home is a jungle of houseplants and sentimental knickknacks. She has a passion for working in healthcare settings, and her practice is oriented around the autonomy and holistic health of the individuals she works with and believes in continuous growth. Maya will go to the ends of the earth for her friends, family, and those she loves. Please welcome to the stage, Maya Alt.
Thank you. Extra short, so need a little extra help. All right. Yeah, hello and welcome to the 2024 student-led graduation. Student-led because it was entirely fundraised and supported and shared by everybody in this room, and it really couldn't be what it is right now if it wasn't for everybody that helped and contributed. Um, Today, we gather not just to celebrate kind of what all of the achievements are that got us to this room, but for the spirit and the dedication between us all, even if we're online, if we're Eugene, we're here in Portland, or we never make it to class, we are one big community. And while we commemorate the academic accomplishments of our graduates, it's also really imperative to recognize the brutality and the injustice that persists within the very institutions that we navigate. Um, the land that Portland State University exists on um, is and was acquired through the continuous and ongoing genocide of, among others, the Cowits, the Clackamas, Kalapuya, and Chinook people. It's really critical to acknowledge the theft and the name that this is an act of settler colonialist genocide. Um, and it also feels really critical to acknowledge the ongoing genocide in Gaza and the direct action and consent that our nation has taken against innocent people, family, and children. Um, Today, we celebrate not only as graduates that can proudly now say that we all have a master's degree, but we come together to celebrate us as graduates, as our holistic selves, as agents of change, and challenging these oppressive systems, and really trying to champion inclusivity and equity. Each of us brings a unique story into this room with a tapestry of experiences and a commitment to fostering abundance in a world that's often defined by scarcity. So let this celebration be its own form of resistance. Our joy in the middle of a world full of pain is so, so rare. And to be able to celebrate with everybody in this room is such a gorgeous, beautiful thing. Um, and by being in community and receiving and offering radical care and just embracing our interconnectedness today is a way that we can show up, not as social workers, but as full people. Um, so I think centering our joy today is really how we can kind of have that key to our liberation. So let's hear it for the 2024 student-led graduation.
Maya, that was so awesome. And you're absolutely right that your joy in the center of brutality and genocide and plight is absolutely a form of resistance. So celebrate hard today, y'all.
The power of joy. So now let's introduce Katya Duncan, our faculty speaker. In the classroom, Katya leans firmly on the ideas of bell hooks, centering interactions within that space as an opportunity to push boundaries, take risks in community, hold each other accountable, and engage in the practice of freedom. Outside the classroom, Katya reads the last page of novels before she's willing to commit to reading an entire book. She's a mom to a 3-year-old aspiring dino rancher who will cuddle all dogs that allow it, is passionate about art, music, poetry, and any attempt to translate beauty into another form. Will eat soup in any season with no shame, and is constantly exploring and open to new iterations of herself as she navigates different chapters in her life. So please, let's have a round of applause and welcome the inspiring and wonderful Katya Duncan.
Hi, everyone. My name's Katya, and I'm so honored to be with you, the 2024 graduates of the MSW program, and all the people who are here to celebrate you, not just for what you've accomplished, but for who you are as humans. You are entering into a career that has a lifespan for most people of 7 years. And in my time as a social worker, I have seen it gets better, I promise. I have seen many of my peers shift to new and different professional passions, which has left me wondering how we can create sustainability in this work and in our lives. And in working on this speech, I thought deeply and critically about what I wish I had heard when I was entering the field. And this is what I landed on. Sustainability is rooted in love, connection, and liberation. Our work is not a solitary project. Love is an emotion with so much duality: beauty and pain, connection and boundaries, acceptance and resistance. We have seen this embodied in ourselves, in each other, and the community over the past few years, most recently in the ways in which many of you pushed against complacency disguised as academic neutrality through the campus protests for Palestinian people. Part of my journey in exploring what love means is also directing some of that inward. I have done a lot of work to unfold and allow myself to take up space in the places where I feel pressed up against the margins. And I have been so honored to see the times when many of you might have also allowed yourself to unfold. This is what will stay with me when reflecting on my time in class and community with you. Not the assignments or the content we talked about, but the moments of authentic humanity. So here are some of the parts of myself I'm going to offer you today. I'm a mother to a 3-year-old who is not only an aspiring dino rancher, but loves Lady Gaga, dinosaurs, and green olives. I keep my word and I try to own my missteps. I am a baker of cookies. I am a reader of romance novels. I'm good to my friends and they are good to me. I show up, I listen, and I try to laugh. I would not be the social worker I am today without these things, among many other pieces in my life and my identity. But ultimately, I share all this to say that life is so much more than our work, and it's much easier to write a resume than to craft a spirit. So here is my advice to you: build a life. I know this may feel difficult in the midst of a big transition and coming out of a program that took so much of your time, but please build a life. Build a life in which you are not alone. Find people you love and who love you. And maybe all you have to do is look around to find that. Remember that love is not effortless. Love is complicated and sometimes involves pain. Each time you look at your diploma, remember that you are still a student, still learning how to best treasure your connection to others, both in and out of your work. Build a life in which you are generous. Build a life in which you are mindful of your capacity and allow yourself to rest. I have often revisited this poem by Assata Shakur called Affirmations that I'd like to share with you now. It says, I believe in living. I believe in the spectrum of beta days and gamma people. I believe in sunshine, in windmills and waterfalls, tricycles and rocking chairs. And I believe that seeds grow into sprouts and sprouts go into trees. I believe in magic of the hands and in the wisdom of the eyes. I believe in rain and tears and in the blood of infinity. I believe in life, and I have seen the death parade march through the torso of the earth, sculpting mud bodies in its path. And I have seen the destruction of daylight and seen bloodthirsty maggots prayed to and saluted. I have seen the kind become the blind and the blind become the bind in one easy lesson. I have walked on cut glass. I have eaten crow and blunder bread and breathed a stench of indifference. I have been locked by the lawless, handcuffed by the haters, gagged by the greedy. And if I know anything at all, it's that a wall is just a wall and nothing more at all. It can be broken down. I believe in living. I believe in birth. I believe in the sweat of love and in the fire of truth. And I believe that a lost ship steered by tired, seasick sailors can still be guided home to port. I wonder what it would look like for a group of tired sailors to steer a ship. And then I look around. Okay. Maybe we are all seasick sailors right now who are trying to figure out where home is, how to get back to our lives. And sometimes we need to step forward and navigate through tough waters, but other times we need to be able to step back and rest, trusting that the boat will continue to move. Graduation is a symbol of transition, and this might be a time when you feel ready and anxious to move forward, or a time when you need to step back and recalibrate. Throughout your career, there will be a need for both. Work on knowing when that is and what you need. Be okay with stepping back and accepting help of those around you. And whatever you need now, I hope you feel you can take it. Listening to your needs and leaning into community is how you become more than your career, how you build a life, and this is how you sustain. Embracing love and joy at the margins is how those margins disappear. It's how we are all able to unfold and embrace the aspects of ourselves that are bigger than our titles. It's how we live our values. So, although I cannot wait to see the walls you break down, to continue to be in community with you and to celebrate your moments of rest, I'm going to ask that we all just pause and practice love and connection at this present moment, that we don't step forward or step back and just share and stand still for a few breaths. So let's pause and take a breath in and out. And a few more as we allow our breath to connect us in the space with intention. Inhale, I stay connected to my voice. Exhale, I am not alone. Inhale, I steady my breath. Exhale, I will find my way home. Cheers to you, who you are now and who you will become. Love is within you and among you. Continue to breathe it in. Show up, listen, and try to laugh. One last inhale. I send love to you. Exhale. I am loved. Thank you.
And that's why we love Katya. She always manages to calm us and clarify and remind us of our power, of our collective power, and how we can use that power well. Thank you, Katya.
All right, thank you, Katya. We would now like to introduce our first student speaker, Pau Lagarde. Pau is not only a badass social worker, impresionante in Spanish, whose practice is rooted in social justice, community care, and mutual aid principles, but he is also an incredible cat dad and cat rescue advocate. Pau is a friend, a feelings person, a brother, a son, a husband. Pao is known to wear his shirt on his sleeve and will all oh, hello, his heart on his sleeve. I was like, that makes no sense. He's always forgive me, Pao. Pao is always known to wear his heart on his sleeve and will always show up for his family, friends, and community. Please give a warm welcome to Pao.
I'm not that tall. Short king problems. So, hi, hello, congratulations, class of 2024. Yeah, woo! We did it. It's an honor to be speaking to you today, to my wife, my cats, the real MVPs. Thank you for your love, support, and patience. I love you. It was a long 3 years, I know. To my fellow graduates, my friends, and my community, my family, today marks a significant moment in our lives as we gather to celebrate our achievements and the completion of the Master of Social Work journey. It's a moment of pride, reflection, and anticipation for the future. But first, I would like to start off by saying power to the students everywhere who are exercising their right to protest on the ongoing genocide of Palestinians in Gaza. I see you. I stand with you. There will be a free Palestine in our lifetime. In the words of Asada Shakur, where there is oppression, there will be resistance. And to my peers and fellow social workers, remember that our commitment to social justice extends beyond the confines of our classrooms and into the heart of our communities. As social workers, we understand the importance of community care, the power of collective action, and solidarity in creating meaningful change. Let us continue to advocate and amplify the voices of those who are silenced and build bridges of empathy and understanding. Today, as we embark on a personal and professional journeys, let us carry with us the torch of hope, the spirit of resilience, and the commitment to cultivate the radical self-care and community care. We know that structures of patriarchy and white supremacy are suffocating. They have an emphasis on efficiency and force us into being disconnected with ourselves and with each other. We must be intentional in our caring for each other, our communities, and for the future. We must remember to tap into our ancestral wisdom because our ancestral traditions bring connection and community into our spaces. They humanize and energize us. They connect us to our past, present, and future. Remember to water your spiritual garden, find your soul fillers, and have levity. But most importantly, remember to listen with the goal of understanding and that everything worth knowing comes only through discomfort. So lean into it. Now, I want to introduce a very special guest, someone very dear to me, my mother, Susie Lagarde. Permítame, todavía no termina. My biggest inspiration. Ahora quiero presentarles a una invitada muy especial, alguien muy querida para mí, mi madre Susi Lagarde, mi mayor inspiración. My mom studied to be a social worker in Mexico, but gave it all up to provide me with a better future. Mi mamá estudió para ser trabajadora social en México, pero lo dejó todo para brindarme un futuro mejor. It takes a lot of strength and courage to leave your home, everything you know, your mother, to take only what you can carry, go to unfamiliar lands, and hope that you can find safety and build a new life among strangers. Se necesita mucha esperanza y valentía para dejar tu hogar, a todos tus conocidos, a tu propia madre llegar solo con lo que puedes cargar contigo y ir a tierras desconocidas con la esperanza de poder encontrar seguridad y construir una nueva vida entre extraños. Thank you to your heart and love. Thank you for your love and heart. You crossed borders to give me what you didn't have. Thank you for loving and protecting your trans kid. Gracias a tu corazón y amor, cruzaste fronteras para darme lo que no tenías. Gracias por tu amor y proteger a tu hijo trans. Earlier, yeah, ugly crying. Earlier today, you helped me put on my cap and gown. Now it's time I return the favor and do the same to you. I love you. Thank you. Hoy me ayudaste a ponerme mi traje de graduación y ahora es el momento de devolverte el favor y hacer lo mismo contigo. Te amo. Gracias. No, así. These gowns are very Please welcome Susie Lagarde.
Muchas gracias, hijo mío, mi Pau, por darme este regalo tan lindo, porque en México, pues no nos dan nada de esto, porque solamente nos dan escuela, pero no tenemos estos trajes tan bonitos y me siento muy emocionada por esta invitación, mijo. Es okay. Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Testing. Okay. Thank you to my son, Pau, and thank you for giving me this opportunity because unfortunately in Mexico, we don't get these opportunities. So I feel very exhilarated. So thank you very much.
Empezamos. Hola, queridos estudiantes y colegas.
Let's get started. Hello, my dear students and colleagues.
Los felicito por su gran logro, no solo no solo son consejeros y motivadores, pero también son un gran apoyo para la sociedad.
I want to congratulate you for your great achievement. You're not only counselors and motivators, but you're also great support for your society.
Es muy bonita su carrera porque en ella expresan lo que aprendieron para orientar y ayudar.
It is very nice, your career, because in it you express what you learn to guide, help, and lead on a good path.
Y llevar por un buen camino a todos los que lo necesitan de todos nosotros.
And then in this good path, you carry everyone who needs it and carry all of us.
En este hermoso momento de sus vidas, sigan adelante, sigan luchando por sus sueños y no pierdan la fe.
In this beautiful moment of your lives, keep going, keep fighting for your dreams, and do not lose faith.
A los padres,
To parents,
recuerden siempre apoyar y proteger a sus hijos incondicionalmente porque ellos son el futuro.
always remember to support and protect your children unconditionally because they are the future.
Nuestro papel como padres nunca termina. Siempre debemos estar ahí para ellos.
Our role as parents never ends. We must always be there for them
Y amarlos por siempre.
and love them forever.
Debemos estar ahí para ellos siempre.
We need,
Perdón. nos necesitan tanto como nosotros a ellos.
We need to be there for them because they need us as much as we need them.
Mi hijo.
My son,
A mi hijo Pau,
to my son, Pau,
eres mi orgullo total mexicano y americano.
you're my total Mexican and American pride.
Eh, no existen barreras que mi amor por ti no pudieran romper.
There are no barriers that my love for you could not break.
Estoy muy orgullosa de ti y te admiro.
I'm very proud of you and I admire you.
Te admiro mucho porque eres muy valiente.
I admire you a lot because you are very brave.
Y a pesar de la distancia, cuentas conmigo siempre.
And in spite of the distance, you can always count on me, always,
De corazón.
from my heart.
Gracias por hacerme mamá.
Thank you for making me a mom
Y por enseñarme tanto.
and for teaching me so much.
Cuando naciste,
When,
supe que yo traje al mundo a un ser humano.
when you were born, I knew that I brought to this world a human being
Con un gran corazón.
with a very big heart.
Te amo, Pau. Muchas felicidades.
I love you, Pau. Congratulations.
Y sí se pudo. Gracias. Gracias.
We did it.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. All right.
Thank you, Pal. Thank you, Susie. Um, I know the courage and heart and grace of mothers and those who have served as mothers for all of us are why so many of us are in this work. So thank you for that. And now may we introduce Yesenia Hernandez, our second student speaker. Yesenia is a culinary wizard, globetrotter, and family time enthusiast. Born in Michoacan, did I say that right? Mexico, she effortlessly switches between English and Spanish, though she shared that she thinks and dreams in Spanish. Juggling life with four amazing, occasionally exasperating, yet always inspirational preteens and two delightfully mischievous dogs. She's got her hands full in the best possible way. Married to her high school sweetheart, Frankie, whom she adores and considers pretty awesome. Yesenia's life is nothing short of a lively adventure. As a devoted daughter, she carries the love and traditions of her family close to her heart, bringing warmth and joy into everything she does. Her heart beats for the Latinx community, especially in addiction services, where she shines as a certified drug and alcohol counselor. And here's a twist. She's also a doula. Nice. Yesenia's life is a delightful mix of flavors, destinations, and a dash of chaos, all seasoned with a whole lot of love and laughter. So please welcome Yesenia.
Hello, all. A little nervous, so bear with me. To start, I just want you all to look that way and my parents to raise their hands because I want them to be seen today. So pueden levantar la mano, mis papás. That's my dad, of course, going Facebook Live. And my husband, my daughter. So thank you. We'll get started. Hola, mi nombre es Yesenia Hernández Ayala. Vengo de ancestros purépechas, de las tierras fértiles de Aguacate. Soy hija de Miguel y María Ayala. Soy de un sueño hecho realidad, del olor a corundas y uchepos. Oh, I'm getting emotional already. Soy del amor incondicional de mis padres y la fuerza de mis raíces mexicanas. Hello, my name is Yesenia Hernandez Ayala. I am from Purépechan ancestors, from the fertile lands of avocado. I'm the daughter of Miguel and Maria Ayala. I am from a dream made reality and from the smell of corundas and uchepos. I am from the unconditional love of my parents and the strength of my Mexican roots. I'm incredibly honored today to have been elected as a speaker and to celebrate this milestone that signifies our achievements and our collective commitment to the principles and values that define the field of social work. My journey to this moment is deeply intertwined with resilience, advocacy, and social justice. I stand before you as someone who has navigated the complexities of growing up undocumented in the US. This experience shaped my understanding of vulnerability and the vital importance of systemic change. My parents, driven by hope for a better future, left Mexico 31 years ago, sacrificing everything familiar to them to give my brother and I opportunities they could only dream of, like the one I'm experiencing today. My parents worked tirelessly, often in jobs that were physically demanding and emotionally taxing. Ooh. Their extraordinary resilience fueled my determination to persevere despite the odds. Their sacrifices were my foundation, and their strength became my inspiration. I practiced this so many times, and here I am. When my immigration status changed 8 years ago, a new chapter of possibilities began. The dream of higher education transformed from a distant hope into a tangible goal. I immersed myself in my studies, driven by a passion for advocacy and a desire to address social injustices, some that I had witnessed and experienced myself. The field of social work became my calling, a means to amplify marginalized voices, to champion social justice, and to advocate for my community. Today, I stand before you as a first generation college graduate. This achievement is a testament to the collective resilience and support of my family and my community. It belongs to my parents who sacrificed their dreams for mine. It belongs to my husband whose unwavering love and belief in me has been my foundation. It belongs to my children who inspire me to create a better world for them and for future generations. It belongs to my ancestors, to the native lands we celebrate on today, and to every person of color who came before me. As I stand before you today, reflecting on our journey and the principles that have guided us, I am reminded of the core values that form the foundation of our profession. Social work is not just a career, it's a calling grounded in the pursuit of social justice, the commitment to service, and the unwavering dedication to human dignity and equality. Our code of ethics highlights these principles, serving as both a compass and a beacon for our work. Social work ethics are fundamentally social justice principles. They demand that we advocate for the marginalized, stand up for the oppressed, and challenge systems of inequality and injustices. Our commitment to these ethics is not merely academic. It is a lived reality that calls us to action every single day. We are trained to see beyond individual issues and to understand the broader social, economic, and political contexts that shape the lives of our clients. However, our adherence to these principles often places us in difficult positions. We're encouraged to speak truth to power, yet we find ourselves censored or threatened with repercussions when we do so. Our profession calls for us to address the root causes of suffering and injustice, but when we name these causes explicitly, we are often met with resistance. Social workers have an ethical obligation to end their silence on Palestine suffering amid an ongoing genocide, regardless of the repercussions. The systemic displacement, destruction of homes, and loss of life in Palestine are not just abstract concepts of conflict, they are acts of genocide. We are taught to recognize and call out oppression, yet the language we are allowed to use is often police and punished. We can say war and conflict, but we cannot call it what it is: genocide. Labeling them as such can lead to censorship and professional and educational consequences. Social workers' failure to support Palestine reflects the profession's long-standing complicity in oppressive systems. Our experiences on campus have further highlighted these challenges. When we have used our voices against injustice, we have faced not only administrative resistance, but also instances of police brutality. Peaceful protests and calls for justice have been met with force, revealing the systemic issues that infiltrate even our educational institutions. This conflict between our ethical commitments and the constraints placed upon us is deeply troubling. How can social workers fulfill our duty to advocate for justice when we are restricted in speaking about it? How can we serve our clients and communities effectively if we cannot address the true nature of their struggles? We must navigate these challenges with courage and integrity as we progress in our careers. We must find ways to honor our ethical commitments while working within systems that seek to silence us. This is not an easy task, but it is a necessary one. We must continue to address our own biases, racial identity journeys, our intersectional powers, privileges, and positionalities. We must advocate and challenge injustices wherever we see them, even when it is difficult or dangerous. In closing, a mis papás, Miguel y María Ayala, les dedico esta graduación y les agradezco cada sacrificio que han hecho para que yo pudiera lograr mis sueños. To my husband, Frankie, and my kids, Anya, Brennan, Xander, and Amelia, we did it. Your unwavering support has been my strength and my inspiration. Finally, no more homework and no more time away from you guys. To my best friend, Anna Karen, who I met in this program and with who I shared every single class with, I could not have done this without you. You have been my partner in crime, my confidant, and my rock through this MSW journey. I admire you, I love you, and I'm so proud of you. To little Yesenia, little me, it was all worth it. Dreams do come true. Thank you to thank you. Thank you to our professors and mentors for guiding us with your wisdom and compassion. And to my fellow graduates, thank you for your solidarity and inspiration. I am beyond honored to call you my colleagues. Class of 2024, let us remember that our work as social workers is more important now than ever. Their world needs our voices, compassion, and unwavering commitment to justice. Let us go forward from here, determined to make a difference, to speak the truth, and to fight for a world where every person can live with dignity and respect. Thank you. Yesenia, you are brilliant, you are strong, and you are kind, and social work needs you so much. I'm thrilled to call you a colleague. Absolutely.
Thank you, Yesenia. Students are truly the leaders in this society. Um, Now we're going to move forward to the reading of our names and the hooding section of our ceremony.
Yeah, so the hooding signifies the completion of a graduate degree. So in this case, a master's of social work. And it's the graduate's transition from student to colleague in the academic and professional community. So during the ceremony, the graduate's going to present themselves to a faculty member or mentor, and that person will then hood them or offer them a scarf or a bouquet, whatever they've worked out for each other, and ultimately place something over your head or offer you something.
And graduates, if you would like to be hooded by someone special to you, as you're called up, please bring that special someone up with you in line. Otherwise, faculty member Katya Duncan is here to hood our graduates. And also, graduates, if you have any access needs or concerns, please let either Matt or Chelsea know, and we can assist you. So when you're at the front of the line, you'll walk in to this stand mic here. We have Valerie Hamby's practice class, who made the great trip from Eugene, um, step in to read your names.
Jenna Kaiser.
Tegan Coltra.
Whitney Marie Iparagiri. Sarah Mackenzie. Kelsey Rose Gaida.
Rachel Hutchison.
Zoe Marie Worthhammer.
Richard Arthur Kramer.
Amanda Lilly. Bree.
Megan Cornelius.
Oh.
Holly Kolajishak, and I'm happy to be here.
You guys can do it. Evelyn Damian Ramirez.
Zachariah Tyler Goodenough.
Tamara Chacon.
Lauren Beleza. Jill Noel Miller. Yeah. Yeah.
Nathan Morales.
Summer Prange. Jenna Tenoso.
Mandy Carroll.
Marielle McKenna.
That's
Alicia Jones. Claire Stanfield. Sarah Kaylin Holt. Robin Sarkisian.
Jim Van Hoek.
Amy Lyons.
Nicole Panowich.
Sean Gorda.
Hillary Sparks.
Yeah, it's fine.
Amy, I go hopeless.
Ivonne Cabañas.
Héctor Zaragoza Valentín con Luisa Valentín.
Okay, give a hand for our online macro and online clinical.
All right, congratulations. We're back on track. So can we please have Eddie May's practice class please line up outside the open doors over here to the stage's left. Again, where Chelsea is waving. Thank you so much. And we will also have Rebecca Davis's clinical practice class line up at the back of the venue where Carrie is also standing and waving in the far right back corner. Thank you, Carrie. Rebecca Davis, back right-hand corner. People are doing it. Got it. Thank you.
It's a bit of a shuffle because they want us for after one class reads to have the next class stage.
Yeah.
And you know, people are just sworn in whatever class.
Yeah. It's really so unfair.
Right. Gonna be
And it was, I remember last year, there wasn't such a club but it was still kind of like chaotic. Like,
yeah. That has to be.
also, like, there's so much love and joy in the room. Like, okay, it's great. People just want to like kiss us. Like, we're back on track. Thank you. You're going.
I should be over.
2 weeks.
No, it's we did.
It cut to it now, but it's Eddie's. Now
Okay.
please line up.
So we're bringing in Eddie.
Eddie May.
Okay.
We're bringing Eddie May's class first. Are they ready, Chelsea?
Okay, let's bring Eddie May's class in. Yeah.
Aubrey Hillen.
Pao Lagarde.
Yeah.
Tanya Yvettville.
That's time.
Katie Mayo Hudson.
Candace Jolyn Roberts.
Kirsten Renee Peterson.
Victoria Hendrickson.
Chris Unsuswamble.
Ben Porter Freshly.
Oh, yeah. Chelsea Leanne Burt.
Elizabeth O'Mara Collins.
Adelaide Menino. Alyssa Morse Miller.
Yes.
Tanner Glaze.
Shannon Dooley.
Jeremiah Duprat.
Monet Rose Scott Richter.
Tay Turbine. Taylor Reed. Daria Swift. Thank you. Love you.
Carissa Malak.
Thaddeus Tobin.
Bo Porter.
Yoko Kinoshita.
Yesenia Hernández Ayala.
Ana Karen Gutierrez Andre.
Laura Good. Laura Gordon.
Chela, Jacob Ushi. My name is Jacob. Thank you.
Tara Duffy. Delara Articuslan.
Finnegan Anastasia Tomko. Mallory Langford Atanasio.
No.
Kiri Watson.
Kingstad.
Kira Alessandra Ehrman.
Elizabeth Dalton.
Sam Landis. Haley Greenstein or Stein. Christine Gwennon.
Jana Zoller.
Charlotte Trent.
Corey Rajwal.
Audrey Gross.
Tristan Smith. We done.
Roz Addison.
Maya Arabella Ald.
Okay, now we're ready for Katya Duncan's class to line up in the hallway, and Ben Kimball's in the back will be next.
Should we go ahead and have
Tommy and
No, I think all of these people. No.
no, that was our online class, not an in-person class. So Tommy's in-person class. And I was
I'm very curious. She can't send that class in was the day call. Okay. So I'm not sure. Which we'll get someone out there and they'll tell us. Don't they?
okay, Katja's class.
We can try spot capture.
Noel Gallardi. Cassandra Walsh.
Yeah.
Judge Judy. Just kidding. Natasha Moody.
Kira J. Bachelor.
Sage Delgado Rose.
Katie Baker. Grace Dale.
David Hopper.
Seisha Enable Artist. Pamela Zygo.
Rashid Hassan Shabazz.
Joey Tomlinson.
Brooke Marston, and I couldn't have done this without my mom, Tina Marston, Erica Fonseca, Katya Duncan, and thank you so much for Finn.
Jessica Morgan Thaler.
Yes. Alyssa Ellis Cole.
Benjamin Colley.
Yes.
Edith Ariana Ramirez Sandoval.
La Cristiana Harris.
Yeah.
And do we have Amit Thurber and Leah Allen's class lineup? Already went. Okay, great. Leah Allen? Already did that too? Okay. We did every class. I think that's it. Yeah. We did it. We did it. But, oh, we have one more? Okay. One more. Let's bring them in. Woo.
Kyle Santiago McBride.
So many good vibes in here today. But we actually have one more graduate before we move on to closing statements. And I just couldn't be more thrilled to introduce them. Our very own MC, professor, mentor, and good friend of this program is graduating with their PhD in social work and social research and a graduate certificate in gender, race, and nations. Now, Erica is someone who's deeply passionate about the revolution of everyday life and seeking out the possibilities of freedom that exist in seemingly mundane situations. Her teaching strives to inspire and harness the insurrectionary spirit lying within students who know a different world is possible and asks them to imagine and practice realities beyond the confines of right now. When not in the classroom, learning alongside students, conspiring with them, laughing with them, and having some of the most meaningful conversations of her life, they're spending time outside with their spouse, Clem, and dog, River. Now, that's what's in my script. And I also want to say, if you know Erica, you know that Erica walks through fire. And while they walk through fire, they'll tell you that the fire scares them. They'll tell you what the fire is doing. They'll tell you that the fire is a construct, but also that the fire can still hurt. Erica will call out who started the fire, and then they'll start a debate about whether we should put the fire out or maybe put gasoline on it. Spread it, start new fires. Now, all of us know it's not easy to stand up there to teach, to lead, to help, to give people courage when inside you're just human, imperfect, and afraid. We know how hard it is to keep it real, to stay grounded, and put all you've got into it day after day while walking through that fire. But if you know Erica, you've seen how it's done. Dr. Erica Fonseca, please.
Dr. Erica Fonseca.
Let's hear it for the graduating class of 2024.
All right. Yes. And now, oh my gosh, it is my truest honor to welcome a student I know and love. Their name is Joey Tomlinson. That's right. They're going to be giving us the closing statement. Joey loves growing food, building things, and being in nature. Some of their favorite memories involve desert road trips, mountain hikes, and gardening with friends. They're a mediator, organizer, facilitator, abolitionist, and human who values collective and transformative justice. You'll often find them drinking tea with friends or on a neighborhood walk, talking about the intricacies of life, relationship, care, and liberation. Please welcome Joey.
Hi, everyone. It's such an honor to be here with you all today. I've had so many joyous times with you all over the past 2 years, learning together, experiencing the unique brilliance that each of us brings to this world, and diving deep into our shared passions for care and justice. Alongside the joy, these years have been hard. I can't imagine that social work school has been easy for any of us. We're here because we care, and even in the best of times, care work is hard. These are not the best of times. We gather today on stolen land. The existence of Portland State University and so much of our livelihoods are entwined with centuries of genocide and labor theft. Thousands of miles from here, our government is funding and politically backing another colonial genocide on Palestinian people in Gaza. In our daily lives and work, many of us see people desperate for food, housing, and medical care being asked to jump through endless bureaucratic hoops just to survive. Care work under these conditions often feels like damage control. Sometimes, as social workers, we are the ones causing harm. When my friend first suggested that I speak at graduation, I told them I was too disillusioned. I didn't know how to celebrate us with the care that we all deserve while standing under the banner of an institution and profession so mired in harm. It was a book called Octavia's Brood that gave me an answer and inspired this speech. Octavia's Brood is a collection of visionary fiction, a term that editors developed to describe science fiction that has relevance towards building new, freer worlds. In the book's introduction, editor Walida Imaresha names individual and collective dreaming as both a right and a responsibility. Walida asks us, are we brave enough to imagine beyond the boundaries of the real and then do the hard work of crafting reality from our dreams? It is in this spirit that I offer us a piece of visionary fiction that imagines a world where care work happens in community, isn't burdened by professional shackles, and isn't sabotaged by systems and institutions of oppression. I invite you to dream with me as I read this letter from the year 2157, written by a 16-year-old named Aster. To those who came before me, I've been learning about you. My teacher told me that when you were my age, you decided you wanted to be a social worker because you cared about people. In class today, we learned about the ways people have taken care of each other throughout history and the great power that care work has always held. I was fascinated by the 2020s because it was such a time of contradiction and tension. The information age brought images of suffering and desperate cries for care and justice into vivid view, while systems of empire tightened their grip more than ever and controlled the ways that you could care for one another. It sounds like a scary and heartbreaking time. It's hard for me to imagine what it would be like to be alive when you were, and to be working so hard to care for people. I'm so glad you were there. It was people like you, the workers, that changed everything. You didn't know that it would be like this one day, that we would be safe and that everyone would have enough. I can't imagine watching your leaders slaughter entire peoples, taking babies from their parents because of the color of their skin, or watching people die on the streets. But you held that and you kept going. When it was too much to bear, when the suffering was so great, it warped minds and hearts. You were there with a deep care and patience that held people together. You embraced struggle and you risked it all to be with the people and rise up. I wish that you could see what it's like now. It's not perfect by any means, but things are pretty good. In elementary school, we learn how to be with one another when things are hard. We learn that people who are different from us and people who struggle are our leaders. We know that these people's voices can tell us how to create a world of care for everyone. People still hurt each other sometimes, but it's not like when you were alive. Last week, there was a fight at my school, even. I'm studying to be a holder of justice, so I got to help facilitate our transformative circle after that happened. When stuff like that happens, I work with our community to make sure everyone has what they need and that we change our ways of being so that it doesn't happen again. In this case, the fight was over stolen food. After I finish this letter, I'm going over to our community farm to meet with the elders and the person who stole the food. I don't know why they did that because everyone can have as much food as they want at any time from the farm. I know that everyone's minds and hearts work differently, though, and I'm sure we can figure it out. Thank you, social worker, for your care and perseverance, for your fiery heart that got us to the place we are now. In love and solidarity, Aster. Yeah. I share this letter not just as a dream of what could be, but as an invitation to radically imagine together. I hope that by welcoming my own imagination into this speech, I created some room for us to see one another beyond the boundaries of the real, as Walida suggests. This graduation ceremony is about a very real 2, 3, or more years in grad school. It's about very real and immediate futures with more letters after our names and new career paths for many of us. Aster's future is not our future, and I'm not suggesting that it will be. Instead, I'm offering imagination as a way to ask ourselves what happens relationally when we lift the weight of our current reality a little and bask in the possibility of what could be. Can we imagine each other in Aster's world? Can we imagine each other as the ones to make that world possible? Walida asks us to sculpt reality from our dreams. To me, right now, that means celebrating us in the context of Aster's world. It means pulling all the juicy bits out of that dream and into reality. It means creating community, taking risks, organizing, and radically caring for each other. It means trusting one another in ways that are only possible when we dream together. As we conclude this part of our journey, I ask, what are your dreams? And what realities can we sculpt from our dreams together? I look forward to answering those questions with you all in the years to come. As Arundhati Roy reminds us, another world is not only possible, she is on her way. On a quiet day, I can hear her breathing. Thank you. Free Palestine. May our dreams bring freedom. Thank you.
Thank you, Joey. Our speakers today really walk the walk. Remind us of the power of joy, the power of imagination, the power of radical empathy. So we're about done. It's not even 3. On time and under budget. So to wrap this up, I was thinking about the movie The Wizard of Oz. You've seen it, right? Most of you? This is like Emerald City, right? There's always an Emerald City in your life, the place you're following that yellow brick road to get to. If only I get there. The yellow brick road you've been on to get here does not end here, just because you've got your brain, your heart, your courage, and home, whatever home means to you. So the great and powerful Oz has now conferred your degree. I remember in the movie, the wizard is just some rich guy with a good marketing team. Not that great. And what you've got now doesn't come from Oz, doesn't come from PSU. Your brain, your heart, your courage, your home, your charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent. That's not conferred. It comes from you. It belongs to you. It always will. Nurture it, love it, and wherever you go from here, whatever you do, don't forget to love yourself.
Wow. Yeah. To Jordan. We would also like to recognize not only our graduates, but those that have made this event possible. Can we have a round of applause for our donors? This was all based on donations. People did this themselves. You all made this happen.
This event was not conferred. You made it happen. Please, can we have our volunteers stand up? Let's hear a round of applause. Thank you. And finally, please, may we have the student-led graduation planning team come to the front of the room. We just want to recognize your incredible work. So much work they put into making this possible. Maya, Jessica, Noel, thank you. Thank you for inviting us on stage. It's just been a really special and meaningful moment to come back here. So thank you so much. And to our speakers, to faculty, for everyone for inspiring us, thank you for coming. If you use interpretive services, please return your devices to the interpretation table before you leave. And have a wonderful and safe evening. Thank you.
Congratulations again, class of 2024. Yeah, President Hassa. Sorry, always. Thank you, Maya.